this is Nancy today. There are some benefits from talking to a camera. I could sit here and do absolutely nothing while I wait for my boys. I've run out of ideas of things to do. If I had an idea, I could be thinking about my idea. I could be planning it and thinking, oh, yes, and I'll get that part over there, and I'll do that over there, and I'll put it together, and I'll add this to it. I could just really be going, and I'd be so excited and happy, and it wouldn't matter if the weather is yucky. But I'd have a great idea, and I'd be working with this idea. But right now, it's a dreary day. It's January the 7th, and I have no new ideas. I was going to make a sign. I was going to make this great sign for Ever Far. It's the name of the labyrinth by the house. I thought that was a good name, Ever Far. No matter how far you walk, you're still ever far from being completely done. You can always do it again. And I had this detailer. It's a Ryobi. And Ryobi can only be sold now by Home Depot. Well, I was at Home Depot today, and they don't have blades for this Ryobi chiseler. It's a detailer. So it's not like it looks like, what's that thing called? A Dremel. It looks like a Dremel. Thing goes round and round and round, but this doesn't. It goes back and forth. It's for chiseling out my letters on my board. But it was in the car, and I got groceries, and I set them all in the car, and it broke it. So now I don't have a little blade for my detailer. I went to Canadian Tire. I went there a long time ago. They didn't have blades. Home Depot doesn't have chiselers, at least not in the store I went to. Maybe if I went to a really big store, they would have all that wood carving stuff. So at the moment, my great idea of this sign and all the other signs that I had lined up in my little brain to do, it's all gone down the tube. It's much more fun to have an idea and figure out how you're going to do it than to have cold water thrown on the whole thing. Now, I could turn this around. Now, let's just see. Let's make this so it's not a miserable thing. Okay, now let's say, oh, I don't have a detailer. If there were no corporations, there wouldn't be no detailers. I do have a knife. I have lots of knives. I even might have chiseled things. I have a screwdriver. What if I sharpened to the end of a flat screwdriver? I could use that. A chisel. I used to have a wood burning tool. I wonder if I could use I do stained glass, and so I have a, what's it called, that thing that gets really hot that melts your lead just when you're soldering? Whatever that thing is, I could use that, and I could burn a line on it. Maybe I could just paint lines on it. It's a nice piece of wood. It's pretty new. Pine, I think, 8 inches wide. I got it. Something was wrong with the rest of the wood, and they couldn't sell it, so it was scrap, so he gave it to me. 2 feet of this. I thought that was big enough to say EVERFAR, and then have a design of the labyrinth. You know, one of those circular pictures goes round and round and round. I thought I would do that. So you see, you can take a horrible moment when all of your possible signs, your idea is dashed. You could take that idea, you could try and figure out a way to do it without having to go out and spend a lot of money or chuck your project. I like to do things that don't cost money. You know, we're a family, gotta raise kids, things do cost money, and if I cannot spend money on some things, then it's a good thing. Anyway, so still not sure how I'm going to do this now that I don't have a detailer. Don't have a blade. What would you do? I could burn it. Hey, look, there's Abraham. He's here. Okay. Bye.